Hey,
Present,
everybody. This
right?
is Dr. J,
Hello,
Professor
everyone.
Omar Kamal, and Professor Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York. We had another glorious day on Wall Street, depending on
It
whether
was
you
a glorious
show.
week.
You did.
The entire week was great.
And for the entire week, Kamal is happier than what? What's that? How do you finish that sentence?
Happier than a
Whatever,
dolphin.
it's fine.
Happier than a
as long as
freaking
it's making a lot of money.
And Omar, Professor Omar, not so much.
Now I'm postponing my happiness.
He's gonna wait till he's not gonna
Postpone,
count his chickens.
postpone. You have to postpone the gratification.
He's not gonna
Yeah.
he's not gonna count his chickens until
So let's see what some of our visitors have to say.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy who was super doom last Thursday? Don't remember.
He's not here. The guy who
He's
was
not
calling
here?
like crazy
Alright.
low numbers. It's not true.
right.
We're going to have to chart TNON, Omar.
Yeah, whatever
Of
that
course.
is, right?
Put that on the list.
Okay, let me see. TONO. I should
And
create
Andrew
actually a
says
different list.
hello. Hello, Andrew. Hello.
Non-medical.
Everybody say hello to Andrew. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Yeah, a lot of movement on that TNON.
Yeah.
Yeah, just today.
MicroStrategy, we're getting a compliment on.
Yeah, MicroStrategy is gonna go at least to 150, 50 something, 150.
Curtis is always good for a bio-direct stock.
Right.
I'm still kicking myself, everyone, for selling SMMT for $22. And
It went up a lot.
The next day I got rid of all of it for $23. Now it's 32, I think.
What? All of it?
I got
Interesting.
rid of all of it. I wanted to add insult to injury.
And you were saying it's gonna go to 100. I mean, if you have that high conviction, just trail it.
I realized the market cap was getting up there, and even on a takeout, I don't think it'd be more than double.
Yeah, but why don't you just at least leave something and trail it?
That's what I always say, but I don't listen to myself.
Right, exactly.
I
Do
know,
what I
that's
do.
the problem.
Don't do what I
That's
say,
the
don't do what I do.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Yeah. Curtis says he's liking REITs, REITs.
REITs, yeah, well, I mean, they've been taking a beating for the last 4 years.
And then there's an 8% medical REIT, GMR.
Yeah, that one makes a lot of sense. A medical REIT makes a lot of sense.
Let's take a look at GMRE later, Omar.
GMRE.
Kevin is from Beantown. Boston, are they still in it or they're out of it now? The wild card.
It's building a very good.
It's not over for another. We still got another 15 games, I think.
So they still have a mathematical chance.
Everybody's still in it.
I think they're 5 games
The only
out.
one that's eliminated is the Chicago White Sox.
I think they're 5 games out. Something like that. But the Patriots upset Cincinnati on opening day. Patriots had an upset. So maybe Kevin's happy about that.
Scott's from Boston, so.
Yeah, it's it looks a very good.
Scott is from Boston. We got a lot of people from Boston.
Right.
Wow.
One thing I'll tell you, their best team is not the Patriots. It's not the Red Sox. It's the Celtics. That's their best team. That's by far their best team. In fact, that might be the best basketball team ever, their current Celtic team. They got a monster in that Porzingis. They're all big. They all can shoot. That's one of the best sports teams in the history of sports teams. I think the Celtics are the basketball, what the Yankees are the baseball.
That's a left-handed compliment to Boston if I ever heard one.
No, come on. The Yankees have more pennants and more
It's
series.
like, well, if you were in New York, it would be Yankees.
Just because you prefer the Mets.
Just because I prefer the Mets.
Yeah.
Well, they are still in it, and this is a big weekend for everybody.
I think the Mets are going to make it the playoffs.
Well, this is a
So
very.
what's the prediction for next week? Are we going up or down on the stock market?
Yeah,
We're
talking
going
about
up to 610, and then the question is, do we collapse at 610 or do we go to 700?
Oh, okay, Dr. J. Last time, you remember your prediction?
I said, what did I say? 610.
600 before 500. We get to 500. And this time you may
No,
get
I
the same
said
thing.
610. I said 610 before 510.
Yeah, but we get to 510.
No, I said it just the other day.
Now I'm talking about April.
I didn't say that.
Anyway, so this time, look, this one I think it's a very very easy. In my opinion, it's a very easy trade. We get to this point, right? If we break this, which is what 56.51 here.
Yeah.
If we break this high here, of course, it's going to be cup and handle, right? Easy.
Yeah.
Everybody and his mother spotted it. And we may run to 600, 610, probably even 650. The problem
Isn't that
is,
what I've been saying all along, and you've been saying no?
that's what he's saying. Yes. The problem is that are we going to break that?
Uh-huh.
We did not
All
break
right.
it yet.
Professor Omar and I are at odds.
Yeah, I think next week we're gonna go down. I mean, that's at least that's what I'm betting on.
I think
I know
the surprise of the week is going to be 50 points.
whatever. If it's 50 points, it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna freak out people.
I mean,
Why?
50 up or 50 down.
No, you're talking about 50 basis points, the Fed cut.
Yeah. Why would that freak out people? Why?
If they cut with 50 basis points, means that the economy is in deep trouble.
It means that the soft landing isn't as
Yeah, it's just
isn't, they're really relying on this soft landing rhetoric.
Absolutely. And you know what? And believe it or not, I mean, when you see the debate, I think the markets want they want Kamala Harris as a president because it's more stable.
Right.
At least she acts presidential. She acts presidential.
Right. So
yeah, she destroyed Trump. There is no
So all right.
no
so
argument about that.
If the Fed goes down 50, it's going to send a panic message.
Exactly,
So
and they don't want that.
They're going to have to go 25, even if 50 is more appropriate.
There's no panic. There's no panic with 50 because it's 50% chance of 50.
There may be panic
No.
because there's. I mean,
It's
there's
baked into the market. It's baked into the market. 50% chance of 50.
The thing is that
Basically, he's saying, what's the effect of 25 versus 50?
Yeah, it's not supported by.
25,
I see.
25 is a yawn. 50 is excitement.
It's not supported by the inflation numbers. The inflation numbers do not support the 50. If the inflation were very low, then you cut with 50, you are ahead of the curve.
If they were
But inflation is high, and you cut with 50 means that there is a fire in the house.
Correct. I see his point. Yes, I agree with that.
It's as simple as that.
I don't agree. I think the market's going to like 50 points.
Oh, the market's going to love it at first.
Yeah, one day.
Like a shot of candy.
One day, absolutely.
for diabetic.
Yeah.
I think 50 points. We're good for a rally until November.
So
I-
25 is moderate. 50 is a bit too much.
25
think-
is a yawn. It's a yawn. 25.
Right. And
I
how
think
much
we're
is
gonna
that- how
get a
much-
rally
how
the
much
same
more in your
day,
life, Dr. J?
but it's not gonna last more than one day. That's look. Talking about this, okay, I'm just gonna show you something and look for yourself whether it's similar or not. You see here, actually, this pattern here, the pattern that you see here, we had it already very recently. A lot of people just have short memory. Look at that pattern very closely, and look at this. Where is that? Look at this. It's exactly the same.
So what happened?
In last October, is that last
exactly the same.
October?
This is what happened. It's
Okay.
exactly the same.
It
Look
went
at
up. It
that.
went up for. It went up for a brief little while, and then
It's almost like, you know, it's copy paste.
Uh-huh.
You get two inside bars. You get one bar. You get two inside bars. You get this bar that undercuts both lows. You get a strong run up, and then we stalled a little bit, and we went down again, make just, you know, shake out the longs, the weak hands. Because the thing is this: if this happens, means that we're gonna have at least 3-4 months bull market. Because my philosophy for investing, the basic rule is this: if the market has to go up for months, they are not going to let it go up until they load. If the market tops, they will run it very fast so that everybody panics, buys, and they sell. It's as simple as that. And you look at dynamics of the bottoms. That's you know, when you see the base, that's why stocks base, because they accumulate. And the same thing for the tops. We always have this big run up, and then you have the top. It's exactly the same thing, always.
Can I?
I think the election could have some effect.
The election will definitely have effect, but in October of last year, there was a lot of geopolitical issues around the world that caused the market to go down, right?
Yeah.
So I understand the pattern looks similar,
Okay.
but there was a lot of geopolitical issues going on.
It's you know, over the weekend, Putin can blow up some candle. What do you know? Well, you think now we are safe?
No,
How
I'm
about this one
saying
here?
I'm looking back at what I know
Yeah.
historically.
How about this one here then?
All right. So what's your prediction now?
Etc. etc. I mean, I can go on, and if you look at the, I mean, I'm just looking patterns. I'm
What's
right.
your
I'm
prediction
a
for next? Well, let's keep it simple. What's your
Yeah,
prediction
let's
for
keep it.
next week?
Look at this, Dr. J. Look at the gap here. What is it? 44.02, right? Look, we went up to what? 43.93. 7 points. We stopped right at the gap. And today, if you look, we stopped right at the gap as well. The gap here is what? The closing, 56.48. We went up to 56.36.
So do you think we're going up or down next week?
I think I'm betting we're going down.
Okay.
But the thing, I am bullish. If we go down, I will be very bullish.
At what
You mean
number do you get
after a
bullish?
few days of going?
The 200 moving average, I will start buying. I think it's gonna undercut the low.
At the
here.
200 moving average, yeah, you'd stop buying because that's down. That's down a good number. A good
So
percent.
you're pretty bearish still.
Yeah, at 200 moving average, I will start buying.
That's about 513.
513 on the SPY, yeah.
Yeah, 513, and I think it's gonna undercut the 510, just to shake out people and to simulate, you know.
So
Because a lot of people think it's tough.
your position hasn't changed. Your mind
Has
is the
not
same.
changed now. It has not changed. It was shaken out by this big thing, and then look at this. I mean, how many times do you see something like this? Look, this is 15-minute chart, right? Barely any. There is barely any pullback. This is not bullish. You don't get run-ups like this. There's always, like, something down to shake out people, weak hands, and then
I'll make a side bet with you after the show. I say next Friday will be higher than where we are now at the close of
I
business.
okay.
Friday.
I
Yeah,
don't. I don't. I'm not here.
we are at a bit of a ceiling here, you know.
I'm not here to measure Billy
I'll
Bubbles,
make a
but
side bet. 50 cents.
I am betting already. I'm betting a lot of
He's
money in the
betting.
stock
I
He's
market.
said
betting
50
with
cents.
All right.
So it's
Dr.
like,
J, Dr.
you
J,
want
how
me to
far is
lose
going to bet
twice?
you?
Do you have,
how-
I'll tell you what, I'll bet a silver dollar.
A silver dollar. Okay.
I
I'm
mean, I'll
against the
certainly
copper
take that
dollar.
bet
Against the copper dollar.
against the
All right,
copper dollar.
let's hope that I'm right and Omar's wrong, because most of our viewers couldn't
For
believe.
you guys, yeah. I mean, me, I'm prepared. If we close above this, I'll just bail out and then turn. Easy.
Which one
Close
are you
above
doing?
what? Close above
It's
what?
That's what I'm saying. It's very rewarding to be short here because it's just 20 points. It's 56, 51. That's the high. Or if you guys prefer the SPY, then SPY, what is that high? Is
I'm
the
not saying that we just make
High
new
is
highs. I'm saying that
564.
we're higher 1 week.
560, 564.20. Now
Right.
we are 562. It's 2 points.
Right,
I'm
and
gonna risk
you're
them.
betting we don't make those 2 points.
Yeah, I'm betting
It's
we
a
don't
triple
make
top
this.
over there, Dr. J. I don't know if you see it.
And if we make them, I'm gonna get out. I'll just take my
Uh,
loss and run.
well, I think you're a big underdog, Professor Omar.
Yeah, that's why actually I'm more hopeful.
Look, I hope you make money, but I hope we don't all lose money. So go reconcile that. That's a difficult one to reconcile when we're on opposite ends.
Yes, it is. But I mean, when you look at the risk reward, I think
I
it's
mean, it's
more.
nothing personal. I want you to make money, but I don't want to lose money.
Yeah, I mean, if I were even if I were long, I would take some profit here, and then if we break this high, I will go back. It's okay to lose few points. It's
All
okay.
right, let's go move on. Let's look at Bitcoin.
Okay.
I think we all agree on Bitcoin.
We do?
No,
I think
we don't.
so. I'm long Bitcoin all the
Me
way.
too.
I know, me too. I am very bullish Bitcoin, but the same thing again. I think Bitcoin always leads, right? But so far, yeah, it's leading on the upside. I don't know if it's gonna stay like that. So if you look at Bitcoins, we are just right at the 50-day moving average, right there.
Right.
Look, SMA 60,000, and we reached 60,000. Just unbelievable, right?
Right.
And I think this I cannot I cannot give you a rational about this, but I think what happened here is going to happen again. You see here we have an inverse um, cap and handle failure, and I think here we may have exactly the same thing.
Uh-huh.
But this time, if we do this, it's gonna really go high.
Break out of that downward trend
Yeah,
line.
I mean, we're gonna get to this trend line, and then, yeah, it's inverse cap and handle is supposed to be bearish, and then the failure. I like the failure of very known patterns. They tend to be extremely explosive.
Like
Can
I
you
love
can you show
when
me?
the Head and Shoulders fail. They
Yeah,
usually
you
get a.
see, it's the same thing always. Actually, I prefer the failure of those patterns rather than the patterns themselves,
I agree.
because a lot of people just rush to take those patterns when they are obvious.
Right.
And then the failure, you get a lot of people trying to get out.
Right. I agree with that.
Do you have the 50 and the 200 moving averages on this graph? I cannot really see.
Yeah, the 50 is the red one.
Okay, can you click on the 1 month? Just the 1
Hold on.
month.
One, you mean 1 month like
Chart,
this?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
It looks like the 50 and the 200. I have.
Yeah,
they
the
get
50
crossed.
was crossed under the 200.
Right.
Yeah, so it's bearish. It's the golden cross.
Correct.
It's
Correct.
not
That's
the
what,
golden cross. What is that called? Whatever. Yeah.
right. Because I'm looking at the GBTC and it looks like the 50 and the 200 are hitting today. The 50 and the 200 GBTC.
I don't know.
I don't got that on my picture.
I have the BTC. This is Bitcoin, US dollar. I
Correct.
mean, there is
No,
nothing.
I have the GPTC, and yeah, the 50 definitely split. Went below
Just
the
put
100.
GBTC. Could you do
Look at that. You get
second?
the 20 below the 50, the 50 below the 100. This is this. There's nothing more bearish than this.
Correct. Could you do GBTC for a second? It's
Right? G, BTC,
yes.
like this.
Yes.
It's in stocks.
Yeah, GBTC.
That's the ETF, right?
Yeah.
Yes, ETF.
Okay. Great scalp.
Look, you
Yes.
see that? You see, that's how I look at it. I follow this guy.
I see what you mean. Because
see the
it's
50
about
and yeah.
yeah,
they
but
crossed today.
the 50 is about to cross down.
Correct. Which
Yeah,
is bearish.
not the other one.
I'm advocating for your point.
Which is bearish. Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm with you, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. No, because I thought you were yeah. Okay. Now I understand. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not
Yeah,
taking
that's
sides.
fake.
I'm with the
No,
statistics and the charts.
so you are bearish Bitcoin and bullish S&P.
That's a very good question.
We're
That
talking
gets a little bit tricky.
Bitcoins. We're talking Bitcoins right now. We're not talking entire market.
Yeah, but usually Bitcoins leads the markets in general.
Well,
So
theoretically,
far,
they're
lately.
uncorrelated, my friend. Theoretically, they're uncorrelated.
They are uncorrelated.
I know they are, but they're not. One's Bitcoin, which is.
I think it's more like absolute. It's like more like periods. There are periods of high correlation and there are periods of complete inverse correlation.
Fine.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. But anyways, if you look, okay, I'm just my thesis. I know it's extremely hard. I mean, the bullish week we had, it's very difficult to be bearish. And I have a lot of doubts. Don't think like I'm extremely convinced about this. But there are a few things that help me. If you look at the Japan, right, Nikkei. Look, I mean, all what S&P did, this one barely did anything. DAX a little bit okay, but stocks not really great. CAC 40 not really great. Hang Seng, not great at all. You see here, it just went up and then closed back below the 50-day moving average. I don't know. I'm just showing you what I see here. I may be biased a little bit, but because I took a short here, but I took a short for that reason, actually. It's not I'm biased. I was long. I was really long. And then I closed my long and went back short. So maybe it pays to buy, few very cheap puts or something like that. So,
Just to hedge. Well, like I said, I think we're hitting a point of resistance, so we're just going to bounce.
it is. I mean, this gap. If we clear this gap, then I will be bullish. Of course, I will be very bullish because you get cap and handle clear. Everybody is gonna rush on that. I think a lot of people are rushing already. I'm sure the long is a little crowded, the long side. We'll see.
Yep.
Dr. J,
MicroStrategy, what's your take?
the same thing as exactly the same as Bitcoin. It's just a mirror.
You see MicroStrategy today.
Yeah.
Do you have the 100? I don't see the 100.
Now, yeah, let me see. It's hitting the 50 as well. Let me turn this.
It hit it
It
went
had a
beyond
good day
the
today,
50.
right?
Yeah, I want to see
It did very well today. That's why
Yeah.
actually I took some profit off. Actually, I sold half to be of what I have. Yeah.
What color is the 100? I cannot really
It's
see.
the same as the 50. The yellow one is the 100, and the 50 is going down underneath. And it's a lot of resistance there.
Correct.
Yeah. But this one, I'm just waiting for a little pullback to go back in again in force.
Yeah. You're just playing these ups and downs, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm playing, because here there's a little overhead resistance here. You got two moving averages, right? They collide there. You get the 50, you get the 100, and you get the pivot, of course, the 152 high. So I don't know.
So
Maybe I'm wrong. I
could
don't
you
know.
do? I'm sorry. Could you do the 1 month, maybe 1 month? I cannot see very well.
1 month chart, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's
So
not
you don't
going to
see. You don't
change.
think it's gonna hit the 152 like it did back in mid-August?
152.
Yeah, like mid-August. It was
The prior high, and the
Yeah, this one. I mean, it's possible.
filled that gap already.
Yeah, this gap here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it filled this one. This gap, however, is still up. There is a gap here, a 146.90, the close. We didn't get there, of course. We get to 143.
correct. That's why I'm thinking it's gonna go above the 100
Maybe.
average.
Yeah, maybe, but I think there's more chance of a little bit, pullback here, and that's why I actually loosened up a little bit so they can go back.
Yeah, today looked like a good day to sell.
I may miss the run as well. So I mean, this is what trading is. That's my way of doing things. So I'm not saying it's the best one.
I like the fact that you only sold half.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, I was thinking too much, because the problem is that lately, many times I had I was really big up, and then just to see all the gains gone. I don't want to do that again. It's saying you never go broke taking profits. So yeah,
You can go crazy, you don't go broke.
you do. I mean, if you see this fly, and so, but at least you still have a half, so it's fine.
That's what Dr. J was talking about with Summit.
Yeah. Yes, I like.
Every
Yeah,
time I look at that chart, I get sick.
I know. It's just forget about it. It's traumatic when you do. That's why you should always leave something.
Yeah.
You should follow your own advice.
Yeah. So
I did, but then I wanted to spite myself, and I sold the rest.
Yeah. Well, you made money.
I knew I shouldn't. I knew instead of selling the rest, I should have
MicroStrategy
bought back what I sold.
I think MicroStrategy still have some room to go up, at least 10 more points.
could be. This is IWM.
Oh,
I bought some today.
IWM is when it's always been. I'm waiting for that spot to get back in again. It doesn't give.
I bought a little. I bought a little more today.
Did you really at 215?
Around
I
that.
don't. I should have bought a lot more here. I don't know why I didn't.
I was
The
waiting
thing
for
is
when
this.
that-
I mean, if my thesis is correct, then this should definitely do. Make new all-time high and beyond. If my thesis is correct.
What the one about the recession or the one about the
A recession is going to happen or something like that, but it's not going to be now, probably in 6 months or something. But we're going to get a very powerful rally meanwhile.
the rotation?
Yeah, and exactly that. And this one is poised to make new all-time high, just like what happened in 2000, It
Now,
took
now you're talking like me.
Yeah, exactly.
it took a long time for it to make a new all-time
It's
high
all
in
it's all
99.
specific to the stock.
But when it made the new all-time, it just went parabolic, and then it topped. That's well, the stock market is over.
Right.
I think this time is not going to be any different.
I think before the crash, it'll be at north of 2,500. I mean, north of 250, whatever it is.
250, yeah, I
Really?
agree about that. Unless we make an all-time in SPY, if we make a new high, then I don't know. Then I wouldn't be. You see, all my analysis is based on
I
going back
think
like in.
everything's going up, but I think this one will go up the greatest.
Yes, if there is a bull run, yes.
Okay.
And this one is very bearish. I'm sorry, they're very
I
bullish
keep
actually.
changing my mind on it, IWM, by the way. I've been
This
in
is
and
this
out
is very,
several times with we're changing my mind on it. It's
this is
funny
very
because
bullish.
I own DIA, SPY, and QQQ. I haven't
Yeah,
touched them. IWM, I keep going in and out.
this one is. I mean, it's as bullish as it gets. You have the 200 moving average here. We kissed it here. We came back again, and the way it's moving up this time is really is. I think one has to trust it.
I think it's going to make a big move. I do.
Mm. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we're gonna break out Monday on the
You know, it's
upside.
been a very, very silent mover.
Yeah.
IBM. It's over
Yeah,
the
IBM's
last year.
been creeping and creeping.
Take a look at the chart on IBM.
Oops. Yeah. IBM. Wow.
We
Yeah,
bought
it's
it at
just slowly.
130. Spike and I, congratulations, Spike. We bought it at 130. It's
Yes.
215.
Hmm.
And I don't know how long, a year and a half, a year, I don't know,
It was last summer,
last summer.
beginning of last summer. We
So we
decided
got
to
in a year ago and we were up like almost
at the
100
beginning. So
points.
it was like a year about 15 months ago.
When we bought it, it was completely out of favor.
It was, but we saw the writing with nvda and all the other AI plays. Remember, they
It's
have
not only
Watson.
an AI play, it's also a quantum play.
Right, exactly. It's they got Watson.
Uh,
You
what is
know,
the other one, Dr. J? You're always talking about the quantum computing.
IBM, right?
Not
there was
IBM.
also
There's another one you said.
QBTS was the other one.
Oh, IONQ, maybe?
Yes, ION.
IonQ, right? I'm still in the other one. I'm
This is
still
the
in
one. IONQ, right?
IonQ. Yeah,
I'm not in it, but yeah.
Oh.
it's been out of favor. I'm in the other one.
Yeah.
QUBT.
What
They just
what is it?
you
Q
just gotta wait with those.
Q. What is it?
Uh, yeah, QUBT. I think.
UBT? No.
Is that the one? That's one of them. QUBT is one of them,
U.
and the other one I think is QB.
I don't know. I can find it. QUBT.
The other D Wave, QBTS. That's the one.
QBTS.
Yeah, that's the popular one. Again, for the last year or so, it's been out of favor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Q. That's why,
QBTS.
because I was not looking in the thing. QB. This is the quantum.
D Wave.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe just as you have spare money, throw it down in there until it comes back again.
Hmm. Well, this you hope for an inverse head and shoulder, right? In this one.
I know I haven't looked at it lately. Like I said, I've been
Yeah,
disappointed.
that's
I've been
what you hope
disappointed for
for.
the last 6 months.
Yeah.
There was another one besides QUBT. Q, also with a Q.
Yeah, this one here. We're looking at it. QBTS.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
QBTS.
and the other one was QBTC. QBTC and QUB. I just had it before. The other one is QUBT. Quantum, and that one just had a jump recently. BT.
They almost like, yeah, that's the one. Almost look all of the same a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it just had the last couple of days had a little bit of a pop.
Yeah,
but nothing to write home about.
That I mean, it could break up if but it's.
The thing is, you got IBM as the big player in quantum computing.
Russ
Are
wants
any
to know
of any of these little players going to outdo IBM?
No.
No idea.
And also Google. Google is a player.
Right.
Google's a player in everything, even EV.
Google is
Waymo.
Well, I went under the 200 moving average, Mr. Google.
Curtis is talking about an oldie but a goodie, ARDX.
What is it? I'm sorry. ARDS?
Yeah, ARDX.
I remember this one somewhere.
It's an oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, it's an oldie. Yeah.
But Curtis is rattling the teacups about it.
It looks like, it's redoing what it did already here, right? On this side here. So maybe. Okay.
Well, yeah, it's a weird looking one.
It is. This is the kind of companies you have to know them. You have to know exactly how they behave.
Biotech is coming to life. Look at AUPH. Remember AUPH?
Yeah, well, that's the buyout talks happened again for like all of a day, and then it got quiet again.
AUPH, yeah. Well, we're still in the battling for this gap here.
No, Russ, we're still on SMCI, Russ. We're just not talking about it.
Yeah.
AUPH looks bullish.
We're all still in and waiting.
Once this gap, Dr. J, is filled, as long as this is not filled, you see this red line here?
Yeah.
I would wait for that one to be cleared out. So.
Okay.
If
there's a takeout tomorrow, we can't wait.
It's almost there. Yeah, something like that.
If there's a takeout tomorrow, Monday, we can't wait,
Right. Well, I mean, no matter what, it's going to be less than that 35 we were talking about 2 years ago.
If there's a takeout, it's going to be $12.
Yeah,
well, it's supposed to be takeout 2 years ago, right?
35.
But we were in it. There was an offer on the table for was it 35 or 32? Yes. I don't remember.
35.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a bait and switch.
I think they were selling at 28 or something, right?
Yep. Believe me, I own a lot of it around that price still. But
and also another oldie but goodie, Mankind is doing well. MNKD.
Yeah, you are in love with this one.
Well, it does nothing but go up lately.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely.
And maybe for us, we should look at SMCI before we go.
Of course. And then we'll wrap it up because I have to go.
Me too, I have to go.
Yeah.
SMCI, again, it's not very convincing. I mean, there is a little bounce here, but you need something more vigorous.
I wouldn't touch it because of the investigation on accounting fraud.
Right.
Yeah, I think above 636 only, not before that.
I mean, there's so many other companies that don't have accusations of accounting fraud. What do you mean?
I'm gonna hold, but not sell.
Yeah, you said the thing, the Dell, right? Or sometimes it's a lot better than. I mean, it's easier to swallow. Selling and buying.
Buy Dell. If you want to buy a server play, buy Dell.
Replace it. It's a lot easier to swallow.
Yeah.
The loss. just buy and replace it with Dell, for instance. Dell, I think it's a more serious company. So, and the
Definitely.
chart is not bad at all. You remember what I said last time? This is the gap,
Yeah,
right? We said
I remember Dell,
yeah,
Dell could run back to
80.
highs. It could go to 150 easy.
Yeah, we said 880 is the cutoff price. Actually, went up a lot. So,
All right, so we're going to wrap it up, right?
Yeah, it's
yep.
we got 40 minutes in, so that's good.
Thanks everybody for coming. It
Good
was a
luck
good
for
show.
everyone, and
If
I
you
hope
like the show, give us a like because the only time I get the 20 likes or more is when I ask for it. So I'm asking for it. Like the show, give us a like. And if you didn't subscribe, subscribe and tell people about us, all that stuff. Of course, our opinion is strictly our own, not investment advice.
Yeah, keep it secret, guys. Otherwise,
Yeah,
Thank you, Professor Omar, for
ciao,
charting.
guys.
Thank you for
Bye.
coming, everybody.
good weekend,
Ciao.
Good
all.
to see you, Andrew. Good to see you, Curtis, everybody.
Everyone. Thanks
All
for
right,
watching, guys.
ciao.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.